Hey, fellow planners, it's Lori with a plan in mind. Just sharing with you today how I prune my peach trees. So, you can currently see that this tree has a giant multi branch sucker on it. That's the branches coming out of the base of this tree. That's got to go and it's coming off today. So, those are totally useless branches with no purpose. And the only thing that they're really going to do is suck nutrients and water from the tree. So those will come off today. They are unwanted new growth. New growth is often stimulated through pruning and typically can just be a side effect. You're going to get some undesirable new growth. Now, what you really do want to do, however, is make sure your tree is growing with an open center. We call this the vase shape. So it's an open center vase shape. That means any branches growing inward need to come out. This is the one thing I did years ago that made my tree most productive. Here you have something growing on the tree. It's called lichen. Lichen is a form of algae and fungi. It is a sign that the tree is stressed. Something that causes stress to a tree is the growth of vertical branches. Vertical branches often cannot support the weight of fruit and they're easily broken or split. So this in turn stresses out the tree, and then the lichen prefer that. Here's some other vertical branches, but this is from new growth this past year. You can see a knob in the center and many branches coming out of there, all growing vertically. So that is also something that's going to be coming off today. So remember, we are looking for an open V-like vase center, as you see here. Anything on the inside needs to be trimmed out. I'll be using my pole saw today and my hand cutters. The pole saw is great when you've got thicker branches up high. Makes it very easy to reach them. But there's times when you've just got to get the ladder out and get in there with your hand clippers, especially when you're trying to thin, because the pole saw is a little harder to manage when you've got some crowding going on and you don't want to take out everything, but just take things out selectively. So I use the ladder and my hand clippers a lot in the spring. In the spring, I'll come back through and I will thin branches. I'll wait till then when the fruit has set so that I can see where the fruit is. You really don't want the fruit to be any closer than 5 or 6 inches apart. So I will weed out, so to speak, branches and fruit at that time when I can visibly see where it's at. I'll have to go back through there with my hand pruners to do that. So today I'm just looking for the larger pieces that I can take out. It's been great weather today and I'm just trying to stay ahead of the game. So peach trees such as this, they're pretty mature, over a decade old. They typically require a lot of pruning, so I prune the trees 3 or 4 times a year for different purposes. Today's purpose is to prune out new growth that just doesn't fit what I see as optimal, such as the vertical branches. Other branches that I would prune out at this time would be anything that's dead or broken, or maybe even branches that appear to have been eaten by insects or appear to have insects trying to live in them. So I don't see any of those really today, and I will look for that again at the end of the winter season because the winter around here can be hard on the trees. We do get a lot of ice in my region, and that does put a lot of stress on the trees and cause some breakage. So we'll look for that again in the early spring or late winter. Almost 70 degrees today. What a wonderful day it was to just get outside, catch up on some chores, and get things done. It's hard to believe it is late December and we're still having wonderful weather. So it was just fabulous to even be outside, reconnect, relax, and just feel productive outside in the weather. Couldn't ask for a better day. So I know you all are approaching holidays, and I hope they are wonderful ones. I hope you have a wonderful new year. We are coming into that, and I hope all of your plans are in the works, and I hope you are working on making them happen. So appreciate you watching today. Got a couple small chores to do. Gonna wrap it up, get out there and spray some of the newer apple trees so that the deer don't get to them. I'm gonna go back through and spray where I cut today. Later this week, I'll do a bigger spray with some disease prevention and insect control, but today I'm just gonna go back and spray where I made some cuts and some pruning just to kind of protect those open bare spots until I get the full spray on. So stay with me. We're gonna do a few more things. But guys, I really appreciate you watching. I hope you leave a comment down below. And if you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that like, share it, and subscribe. So I intend to keep it coming and keep you up to date with what's going on here at A Plan in Mind. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one.